What's up, everybody? Hans is back. Today I'm going to talk about how to handle stresses and how to maintain a sustainable momentum. So the first thing that I want to explain on what is the stresses and why you have a lot of stresses. So first of all, if you are in the situation that you have to handle too much things in a very short period of time, you will have stress, of course, because your brain or your workload couldn't handle too much things. So the only one way that you can handle with it is step by step, doing one thing at one time. Then you focus one thing, cross it, and your stresses is gonna be low. So a lot of people might have stresses because not only the works they have to do, they have to handle diets. You know, in our society, a lot of adults, a lot of people have to pay diets every single month. So they feel like they are run a rat race. They feel like they lost control of their life. So the only thing that I handle, at the same time, in 2020, when I first came to the city Shenzhen, which is the first year that I worked, I feel tons of stresses because it's not certain. I'm not settled down yet. So every time I have to learn something new in the work, I have to take care of the boss, what other people think of me, the team works, and also in Shenzhen there are a lot of stresses when work because people work all the time from morning from 8 till sometimes work till 12 o'clock. Just too much assignments to handle on. I also find some extra time to do my own things. So I feel a lot of stresses. However, right now, when I, even though I settle down, sometimes some things are still, come through, a lot of things to handle. So at the same time, I feel a lot of stress. So the one solution that I used that quite feeling useful was make a stop doing lists. Not only to-do lists, stop doing lists actually help you release the stress. So what I did was I'm going to find out that something that is not necessary to do. I don't need to compel myself to read a lot of books. I'm not reading for other people. I'm not reading for to feel like, oh, I'm talented. You really need to have purpose. You really need to have directions. So there are a lot of careers and a lot of opportunities, but you don't need to chase all of them. However, you need to develop your multiple dimensions, but don't need to chase all of those directions. So I thought a lot. Sometimes, a lot of skills you have to develop too much time. And you have to develop.
Another core reason that generates a lot of stresses, that's because you compare with other people. You compare with people who have a really better career than you in your classrooms or in your works, in your company. You find that a lot of people have different talents and you can never compare with that. Because you compare that with this guy, another guy, these people who have higher salaries than you, you will feel like a lot of negative feelings like jealous, that type of things. That makes you feel weak, honestly. So really, you need to see something in a real way, in the truth. That's because sometimes you know that you are not in the same path. You're not in the same position. You have different goals. You chase and pursue different purpose. So that's why it's not a big deal. Since they develop this type of skill and they spend most of the time doing this, and they spend the last decades accumulating their wealth, so they deserve it, honestly. So if you think that way, you will feel really relieved, a little bit at least, I promise. So the core concept I want to tell you is, if this situation happen, you know that you be you. That's really matter. That makes you feel less stress. You chase your own path and you will be successful. I promise you. And the last tip I wanted to give you to help you to handle your stresses, that's mainly about sleep. You really need to have enough sleep. Without the sleep, without a lot of good rest, you feel burn out. Maintain a good energy. Go to take a sunshine, go for a walk for 20 minutes, listen to some music that you like, and do some cardio. Do some cardio to release your stress, and listen to some podcast, even including me. So finally, I hope everyone who's listening to this or watching this, the first 3 minutes tip, I wanted you to feel relieved, and I hope you can overcome all of those challenges and stresses. Hans Lee is right here, and let's get it. I see you on the next one. Peace.